Brian Johnson, the American entrepreneur and anti-aging enthusiast, has become infamous for his extreme measures to reverse the aging process, spending more than $2 million annually on his efforts. His latest venture is Plasma Exchange, an extreme procedure in which all the plasma from his body is removed and replaced with clean plasma in hopes of reversing the effects of aging. Johnson's experiment is framed as part of his mission to discover what can slow down the aging process and extend human life, but the entire concept raises several concerning questions about both the science and the ethics of such extreme practices. Plasma exchange, while scientifically plausible, is far from a routine or accepted therapy for longevity. Johnson's repeated assertions that this will become commonplace in the future are troubling because they may fuel unrealistic expectations in the public. There's little conclusive evidence to suggest that replacing plasma will actually reverse aging or significantly increase lifespan, making Johnson's claims highly speculative. Furthermore, the practice is invasive, expensive, and largely unregulated, raising concerns about the long-term effects and safety of such procedures. The idea that this plasma exchange can dramatically alter the aging process is based on anecdotal evidence at best. Johnson points to the dramatic effect the therapy had on his father, claiming it lowered his father's aging speed by 25 years. However, these personal testimonies should not be taken as conclusive proof. A single case, especially when it involves someone who has access to cutting-edge treatments and has the financial resources to fund such experiments, doesn't provide a solid foundation for broader public application. For the majority of people, this procedure would be not only cost-prohibitive but also risky, without any guaranteed benefits. Furthermore, Johnson's reliance on his clean plasma as proof of his healthy lifestyle, which includes strict adherence to sleep, diet, and exercise, raises the question of whether the plasma exchange is truly the source of any health benefits or simply a byproduct of his overall wellness regimen. The fact that Johnson's plasma is deemed the cleanest by medical professionals seems to be more of a marketing tool than a real indicator of scientific progress. The truth is, no one knows the long-term effects of manipulating the body's plasma composition to this extent, and there's no evidence to suggest that this approach is a miracle cure for aging. Equally concerning is the ethical dilemma surrounding the procedure. Johnson jokingly suggests that he would love to donate his plasma to people in need, but the reality is that plasma donations are heavily regulated, and his personal use of his own plasma for self-experimentation, while potentially beneficial for him, does little to address the needs of people suffering from serious health conditions. While Johnson's attempts to help others with his plasma might seem noble, they are undermined by the stark reality that many people lack access to even basic health care and treatments. For him to be promoting a highly expensive, experimental therapy as a solution to aging while people around the world struggle with fundamental health issues seems tone-deaf at best. The underlying message here is troubling. Johnson's approach to anti-aging seems to ignore the broader context of health. His extreme methods are a reflection of a larger cultural obsession with immortality and perfection that doesn't acknowledge the basic, practical needs of everyday people. What about addressing the global health disparities, or the environmental factors that contribute to the degradation of human health? Johnson's obsession with staying young, while impressive in its dedication, ultimately risks losing sight of the deeper, more pressing issues of human survival. Moreover, Johnson's vision of a future where plasma exchange is commonplace and even children gift it to their parents seems more like a dystopian fantasy than a practical reality. The normalization of extreme anti-aging measures could lead to further societal divides, with only the wealthy having access to these potentially life-extending procedures. It also opens the door to further exploitation within the wellness industry, with people possibly being led to believe that they need to undergo invasive and costly treatments to achieve a normal life or to stay competitive in an increasingly image-obsessed world. While Johnson's pursuit of longevity is certainly ambitious, it's hard to escape the feeling that it's built on a dangerous, unsustainable foundation. His focus on plasma exchange as a way to fight aging seems like an attempt to turn a natural process into a problem to be solved by technology, rather than accepting the human condition as it is. While it's vital to pursue advancements in healthcare and wellness, Johnson's approach raises a critical question: At what point does the desire to extend life become more about vanity and control than about the true well-being of humanity? As this trend toward extreme anti-aging therapies grows, the risks of putting personal profit over public health and of encouraging dangerous and proven treatments are becoming more apparent.